Welcome to my almost daily streams. I'm mayohosko. Thank you so much for watching. I'm building sets from my backlog from the Lego group who are worth, if I can talk today, billions and billions of dollars. And today we are finishing this set. We got one more bag to go, bag 6, and I want to get this set built today. So let me get out the bag 6. So there's a small one and 2 big ones. Oh, there's spare pieces hanging down here. Okay. And my eyes are fucked right now. But I'll show you the box. There's the box before we start building. There's the box. I have a Lego bag in my room that I've put all of my empty boxes in. And that will be going in that bag after this stream. So I'm gonna open the bags, and then we'll see who's in chat. Okay, there's all the bags. Let's see who's in chat. So before the stream, we had Sean, and now we have Adina, Owen, and Mr. Blue, and Johnny. Someone keeps opening the door. It's the stupid wind. Oh my god. And now we're getting people from the Building and Chatting podcast up in here. Hey, Bounting.
Hello. How you doing?
Is it me you're looking for?
I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so for those who don't know, I just got done talking on the Building and Chatting podcast with the Bounty Hunter, and I'm not sure if Sky is going to be here.
Yep, we just finished up the Kylo Ren helmet over there, so
and you also showed off one of the winged vehicles.
Oh yeah, I just put Kylo Ren's shuttle next to it, just kind of show off what that would look like if you put them together. But yeah, it's a nice display. And but how is everyone doing today?
We just built the minifigure, so I'm going to see what people are saying, see if anyone's saying anything interesting. So
all right,
Britain's working a 12-hour shift.
Hey, that sounds like a good plan, Britain Bricks.
I'm doing the same, Owen, and I feel the same. Yeah, because it's 9:05 Eastern for Mr. Blue right now.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing some Lego sorting too recently. Just we moved to this new house last year, and I've still had to get some stuff done and unpacked. And recently, I found this and rebuilt it.
Yeah, this time 2 years ago, I was moving house. That was a pain in the asshole. And then the following April, we moved again, and that was a pain in the ass. So I'm still going through boxes from when I moved.
Yeah, but I found this again and finished it up again. This was the T-Rex breakout diorama. It's pretty nice.
So I didn't know you had Jurassic sets.
I've collected some here or there. Mainly it's stuff like this, like some display sets, and mainly like Jurassic Park, the first movie. I don't really collect the other stuff, but I just had this one is just too iconic, and I was like, I need to get that. So, but yeah, I've had it on my shelf here for the last week or so. But I've enjoyed getting that back together.
Yeah, so I think we're building a utility area right now. Got some cones, some water, and some water bottles.
Mm.
Kind of reminds me of when the players showered the head coaches with Gatorade after they win.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that is there? Also, the question of the day is going to be something very simple. Who here likes Star Wars? That's the question of the day. Who here likes Star Wars?
You hear like Star Wars? I like Star Wars, but I mean that's kind of obvious. But
because I don't like Star Wars, but I have an appreciation for what it's meant to Hollywood.
I mean, Star Wars, if you really want to think about it, was like kind of one of those movies that was like kind of the one of the first FUs to Hollywood. Because George Lucas was like, I can make this movie. It doesn't matter what anyone says. So, and he was very smart with it. So.
Yeah, that's why I much prefer all of the behind-the-scenes stuff about Star Wars than the actual films.
Yeah.
Like how in the original trilogy, Yoda was gonna be an animatronic with a mask, but then Frank Oz told George Lucas, "That's fucking dumb, George." And also, when you see how filmed, they filmed the pod racer scene, and how the crowd is just thumbtacks or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is even though this happens with Hollywood all the time. It was with George Lucas and then with others. But things that Hollywood doesn't like at first, they can shun them. They can do whatever they want to these people. Like, they did it to George. They did it to others. But they came up with ideas, and then Hollywood copied them. So, because it was so popular. So, it happens all the time.
Yeah, because Hollywood is a copycat world. Also, I go to Scott Davis to be here. Welcome,
Scott Davis.
welcome, Scott. Okay. So Britain is a huge fan of Star Wars until The Last Jedi.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I've told people. It's like Star Wars right now isn't as bad as people say. It just has the stigma of the sequels still, and it's very disappointing. It does, because there is a lot of good Star Wars content out there, but because of the sequels, people They react very negatively, and I get it. I was the same way. I just did not care. And then I was like, oh, they're bringing back Clone Wars, and then all that other stuff happened, and I was like, I'm back in, because those have been good. Bad Batch was good, so I and even I kind of disagree with Skyrim, which is I don't think the Book of Boba Fett is the worst thing ever. I don't think it's that terrible. I think only one episode was really really bad, maybe one or two, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
The only thing I know about that is people have compared it to Adventures in Babysitting.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I think just most things, most franchises, let's just say, have not been treated the best recently.
That's because the executives at Hollywood right now aren't what they used to be.
Yeah, yeah, and no, that's true as well. And the other thing is that's true as well, but also it's when you don't listen to the people that support you, and then you won't make money. People can say whatever they want about certain games or whatever, but I think that's why we've seen the success of the FNAF film franchise, even though the critics didn't like it. It's a fan-made. I mean, if you're a fan, it's a masterpiece of a movie for a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. It's one of the best FNAF movies ever made for a fan. But if you're going in it to like normal movie making, yeah, it's not like the best movie ever, but to people that actually care about it, it's one of the best movies ever. So it's like you can, it's like takes with grains of salt, and that's what I think they need to do now. Appeal to the fan base, and more people will come. Because, but yeah.
Yeah, so you were going to say something? I was going to say something thinking you were done. You want to say what you were going to say? You were going to say something.
Oh, yeah. I'm good.
Okay, but, well, I was going to say that a lot of executives behind franchises these days don't have lost touch with the fans that made the franchise what it is, and so they don't write to the fans anymore. They write to the investors, and the investors aren't going to watch the movie, are they?
Yes, that's true as well. And Brick said in there too that he really liked Andor season 2 and Skeleton Crew, which I did as well. I really think they're fantastic shows. Really, Skeleton Crew just felt like a George Lucas project. That's why I really liked it. It had that whimsy, that wonder. But Andor, it's something that was needed, and stuff like Skeleton Crew, Andor, Bad Batch, they're good steps towards a actually good direction. Even Ahsoka, even though it had some things that were iffy, they're all good steps towards a better direction from the sequels. But we'll see. We'll see how Mando and Grogu does. But yeah.
Yo, Cliff, good to see you here, buddy. We're finishing.
Hello.
We're finishing this set today, and the question of the day is, do you like Star Wars? I know that you own some Star Wars sets.
Yep.
Yeah. And so my other thing about the Five Nights at Freddy's thing is that I've seen people review it who aren't fans of the franchise, and they've come away saying the movie's not for them, but they know that the fans will understand everything in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, if you know all the deep dives, the lore, it's jam-packed full of stuff. And even I missed some of it when I was first watching it. But it's what you need to do. and you need to keep stuff that people will want to support because
Yeah, that's
Skeleton Crew
yeah,
was like
that's that's the thing about Skeleton Crew is I've heard lots of people say it was a crossover between the Goonies and the Star Wars, but unfortunately the ratings weren't well for it. I think because people got fatigued, and yes, a blue. Everyone should remember to smash the like button to tell YouTube that you like watching me.
Yep, you definitely should.
Yeah, and
But yeah.
and I think what we're gonna do on all of these Saturday night streams on my channel um, after the Building and Chatting podcast is I'll try and make the question of the day relating to whatever we talked about on the podcast.
Yeah, which if you know me, it's probably turning I've got more Star Wars stuff and some Lego superhero stuff and some of that, but also I got a lot of Ninjago. I've been getting back into that, so there might be a little bit more Ninjago in the new year for sure.
Yeah, because we were talking about the Ninjago Old Town set very briefly.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's one of the best value sets for next year. It's got a lot of great figures. It's a massive display, and that it's a customizable display is one of the best things for me. You can do whatever you want with it, display it how you want, and I think I think all that's worth it for the value. So yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about that set last week, and I have some more expanded opinions about it. So I talked about how my favorite part about that set is the reconfigurability, and
Mhm.
after seeing people show off the reconfigurability, not only can you make it into the circle shape and the straight layout to put it on a shelf, but if you want, you can also make it to be a square a courtyard. You could turn it into an L shape. You could turn it into a triangle shape. There's all sorts of different geometric configurations. And with the way they connect some of the floors together, you could try and rebuild it to make some of the modules, some of the rooms stack on top of each other with some slight modifications. Like if you wanted to make the Tower of Orthanc, but Ninjago, with some easy mods, you could try and do that.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what my Saturday afternoon streams are for, Johnny.
Um. And these types of streams are just for people are just doing a lot better than the other direction.
Yeah. Go where the numbers are.
Yeah. So it's also that as well. It's at first I was talking to Sky about it, like streaming like this and we talked about it, and I think we started it a few weeks ago now, back in November for Building and Chatting, but I was like, I don't know if that's going to take off. I don't know. I just don't feel it. And when we started doing it, and then it has really helped a lot, and it has brought a lot of new people in. Also, people from your chat as well. So I've been very glad to do it because of that. I like to bring new people in, and so they can see what we're doing or see what we're building. And so it's been a good time, and the streams have improved a lot.
Yeah, I feel the same way because the reason why you got some of my subscribers is because unlike other people, I remember to promote whoever's stream I'm a guest on.
Scott, around this time, I kind of get there's that nickname that goes around with people with my name. I'm already called Saint Nick during a Christmas. I get that joke a lot. My name is Nick, so it's funny you say that, Scott.
Yeah, and there's been 4.7 million people named James since World War One, but there's only one mayor. So
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So what do we want to talk about? What does the chat want to talk about? I saw Britain saying something about Andor.
Yeah. Wait, what was it? Sorry.
Britain was saying something about Andor.
Oh, yeah, Andor.
That's one of the better series I hear people talking about
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because because it's more about the government of Star Wars and less of the pew pew.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a different take on the franchise.
Yes. I mean, people tried to make Andor sound like it was a lot more than it. Like it wasn't like this is a Star Wars show that doesn't feel like Star Wars, and in a way, I guess, but it's Star Wars, but it's Star Wars without the Jedi prophecies and lightsabers and all that. It's a more grounded Star Wars story, and even like a story like the Jedi games. I feel like the Jedi games have a very similar tone to this, to Andor, and that doesn't really get called like a dark thing. I guess the only thing I could say is like in season two, and this got reported in the media, the scene with Bix in the first few episodes where the Empire does stuff to her. Yeah,
Just built those seats.
that that was a little darker for Star Wars, but it's just a little bit darker. It's like it's not like it's The Boys where they're ripping people in half and their eyes gouging out or stuff. It's not that bad. So I mean,
Yeah, people talk a lot about the action in that.
yeah. No, yeah, cast iron. Your chat's also talking about cornbread, cast iron cornbread. It is good in a cast iron. I've had it too. It's great, really good.
I don't eat corn unless it's in a Dorito or something.
No, I love a good crispy cornbread because I'm not really into like the kind of soft ones. I don't know why, but I do really like a cornbread that has kind of a crisp to it. I like a little bit of a crunchy cornbread. It's pretty good, and it's like my family made that. It's like a family recipe type thing, but it's like kind of like cracker crisp. It's pretty good, and I enjoy that. There, I'm just excited for Christmas. I know we're gonna have some good food too. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean presents as well. But I mean, you know,
And
I got it.
And Britain's talking more about Andor.
Mm-hmm. He says Andor was season one was a very slow burn, but I'll tell you what, it was a fantastic, slow, deep story that gave you so much on Cassian. And now, if you watch Rogue One, it's all about Cassian and not Jin. Yeah, yeah. I believe that it makes Andor makes Rogue One better for sure. Rogue One is still a great movie, and it always has been.
Even though I have my problems about Andor, which I've talked about a few times on the Building and Chatting podcast.
Yeah, and people can have their qualms. Yeah, Andor's in the beginning it is a bit slow, but it I feel like most stories start out that way because I mean we can all think about this in the beginning of Harry Potter or in Lord of the Rings. What are they like? We know the basics. We've seen it, but especially in the movies, you're setting up your characters. And so, like in The Hobbit, of course, it's a little more fun than Andor. You're having like Bilbo's birthday party at the beginning and stuff, but it's a slow burn to get to where the ring wraiths are chasing them. But it's still an amazing movie from beginning to end. So I think it just every story that does that is pretty good because it's showing you that they actually care about where they want these characters to go, and they're
Yeah,
trying to, and it's a good thing. I mean, sometimes it can be bad for stories to drag, but I don't think they really. A lot of the good stuff usually never does for too long.
yeah, because when the writers care about the franchise they're writing for, they'll take the time to make people fall in love with whatever characters are on screen. Because I've seen a lot of people complain that the first 800 episodes of One Piece were way too slow, but after episode 800, once people know the characters of One Piece, then they start to have more fun with the characters, and therefore the product is more entertaining.
Oh, are you talking about the anime or the live action?
Whichever came first.
Oh yeah. Um, I've watched both, and I will say this: if you don't want to watch, if you don't want to watch like 55 to 60 episodes of the anime, go and watch the eight episodes of the live action. It's the same story. Some things are like slightly changed, very slightly. It's still the same story. It's just the only thing the live action does is it brings in a character that is not there until like 50 to 50 to 70 episodes later about in the anime. They just bring them in, but it makes sense. They made it make sense because this is supposed to be a story that is it's supposed to be linear, but also make it to where you have all these arcs more condensed in it. Because I'm gonna say it, One Piece has even in the stuff that's canon and canonical, it still has a bit of filler. Like you can cut out a few things and be like, oh, same story. So it definitely the anime definitely needs that. When a show is 1,000+ episodes, you have to do that with a adaptation. So,
Yeah,
but it was really good. It was actually one of the good anime ones. So very happy about that.
because isn't there over 1,000 episodes of the One Piece anime?
Yeah, and I am like caught up mainly. I think I'm only missing, and right now like it's over till next year because now they're splitting One Piece, the anime. Now they're doing it seasonally, so there's going to have. And the funniest thing is from 1999 to now, it never had a season break. So all those episodes, the 1,000+ episodes of One Piece, that's season one because they never took a break. So now it's season two, and
Yeah,
and it's next year, so I have time to get caught up to the final few. I think it's maybe like 10 to 15. I need to watch, but a lot better than watching 1,000. I mean, I did it, and it's listen. If you want to watch it, it's a great journey. It's one of the best stories ever told, but it is long. I will give it that. But because of how short the episodes are, it doesn't feel that long. So yeah, it kind of goes by at a good pace.
yeah, because because one of the most famous YouTubers right now, Penguin Zero, formerly Moist Critical. Not sure if you know about him, Bounty.
Yeah,
Well, it took him 5 years to watch all 1,000+ episodes of One Piece. He recently made a video about his thoughts about the 1,000+ episodes of One Piece, and he talked about what he liked and didn't like. So I think you might find that video interesting.
Yeah, I've watched that video and it's
Oh,
pretty
really?
funny.
Yeah, because he said, because that's where I was informed that kind of like what Britain was saying with Andor. The first half of the series is a slow burn, but after the slow burn, then it gets really fun.
Yes, and I mean, One Piece is like it's still like one story. Each episode follows the next. Besides filler, because there are in the early One Piece through some of the some later stuff. There's a few fillers in between, and you can just skip those entirely. So it makes it a little easier. You don't have to watch everything. But
Yeah,
because when the anime couldn't take a break, you had to make filler because they got to a point where they had to make some extra stuff. But that's okay. But the thing is after that they they could finish. They kind of just caught up, so they didn't need to have any more filler. And now, literally starting next year, is the start of Elbath, which started this year for the manga. So they're like they're like a little behind, but they're like caught up with One Piece. The animators are so good on the animators.
yeah, yeah. Because like if someone's really passionate about the show, they'll spend a long time to catch up with the rest of the series. That's my approach with a lot of Lego YouTubers I like. And on a side note, the reason why Mr. Blue has so many jars is because he's been watching my streams a lot over the past 4 years. Mm.
Yeah. And Britt and Bricks, he brought up a great thing too. He said 5 years after watching a show, and it even he feels like it's still short. Yeah, I think for me, I think I started it in September of 23, and then I got caught up
Yeah.
like to where I was actually watching an episode like every week because I had to wait. I think it was March of last year I got caught up, so I kind of sped through it and got through it pretty quickly. But it still is. I know it was like last spring I got caught up to a lot of the big moments, but yeah, it was a fun ride. It was a fun time to do that, and it's got bro. One Piece will send you on a emotional journey that you'll be like, why didn't I watch this sooner? It's a great show, but I mean that show can make you cry if it really wants to. It gets emotional, and
Yeah, there's a lot of TV series out there that make me want to cry too. Also, so Johnny was talking about Andor as well.
mhm. I mean, I won't spoil it for people that haven't watched it because that even the live action hasn't caught up to this. But in the show, there's a character that's not a person. I won't. If anyone's seen One Piece, you know what I'm getting at here. But this character then dies, and it's the one of the most emotional scenes in One Piece. But it's not a person. It is not like a human. It's like a completely different thing, and it's like it was like it's one of the saddest moments in all of the show. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of early in One Piece, but they really I like the storytelling's that good that they can make you cry over basically an inanimate object. So it's kind of crazy.
I'm gonna try and put myself on the full screen
Yeah.
because we just finished building this, and I want to get this in view. So I'm gonna zoom back over. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my camera ever so slightly to be like that, and then I'm gonna put some of this stuff back here.
Yeah. Um yeah, guys in the chat. People are talking about wanting a Dedra show from Andor. I think Tony Gilroy said that she just ended up working on the Death Stars or on the Death Star 2. It was either Death Star 1 or 2. She just was working on it. So she's probably uh, gone now in the Star Wars universe. She's gone in Minecraft. So, but yeah. It's a very nice set there.
And actually, what I'll do is for the final shot, I'll get this to be more square to put this where more people can see it. There we go. That's a good angle of the set. Nice. And there's a whole bunch of minifigures. I'm going to take the minifigures out so people can see the field. It's a mix of the players, officials, and fans. I want to see if I can line up all of the minifigures. Yeah, because I'm done with this set, and we'll keep on going live as long as people are talking or want to ask me questions, or if you want to ask a bounty hunter any questions. I need to find something to get all of these minifigures in place.
Yeah, no, I do like sets like what you built here because in a way it is kind of like a diorama or display set. It looks nice, and I could definitely see if I was more into like I guess it would be football for you, but
Actually,
soccer.
actually, it is soccer for me because in Australian we have our own football.
Oh, okay.
Like the US has American football.
Okay. But yeah, for like a soccer field or something, if I was more into it, yeah, it'd definitely be a set I get.
I don't normally buy sets for the minifigures, but this was one of the sets I bought for the minifigures.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if I'm getting a set, and how much was this?
I think it was $100 US. At
100. Okay, that's not bad. How many figures does it have?
I'm counting right now. I've got Sam Kerr. I've got Sam Kerr in my room right now. So once I line all these up, I'll show you.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I think the set is 40% off right now in the US because they got so much excess in their warehouse.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny is asking us what's for Christmas dinner. Christmas lunch or dinner. Well, I'm pretty.
I don't eat anything on Christmas. I'm too busy building Lego.
That's how I was. Now, I'm just gonna show you all a part of something, just because this happened during the move. But so in beautiful 2016. I don't know if they can still see me. I don't know. Can they see me?
I'll take myself off.
I just didn't know. Okay, so in 2016, maybe it was 2017. I asked for this set. I did fully complete it. I built it. In transit and moving to the new house, this happened. This is the bottom of the 2016 Death Star, so I have to rebuild it. I have a spear. I have one, but it's yeah, it's gone through. It's in some rough shape right now, but it's a great set. But it was speaking of figures, it was one I did want for the figures, and it's a good set. It needs to have some remodeling, but yeah, it's but I'm glad to own that. It's a pretty good set, but yeah, I don't have the slice.
Yeah,
but no, I built that for that Christmas, and I did not. I'm just like you, man. I did not eat. I barely drank. It was I mean I lost. I had to say It felt like 100 pounds. I mean, I don't know what I did, but it was just, yeah. When I had the Death Star, I wasn't a content creator yet. I just built straight through that thing like every day of that week before school year started again. I was like, I gotta get this done. So
So these are all of the
yeah,
minifigures in the set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 minifigures in this set.
14. That's good.
Actually, no. There's 15. There's the goalkeeper as well.
Oh, nice.
The goalkeeper.
Yeah, but okay, Johnny, you're asking me this question, so I'll answer it for you. He's asking about my Christmas meal, and for us, usually we do like a good, like a nice, big, good ham, and like mashed potatoes, and like mashed potatoes and gravy, and like maybe some people haven't heard of this banana pudding as like a dessert type thing. Some pies, pumpkin, apple, pecan pies, mac and cheese. I mean, we like a lot of good stuff, and I sometimes will do like a chicken and dumplings. I mean, it's usually a good spread every year, but this year I believe we're doing a good old nice ham this year, and
So
and
these figures have the flags. These 3 minifigures are the players. I think that's a head coach. I think that's a match official. There's some fans, and there's the goalkeeper.
not very nice. No, that's a great minifigure selection for $100.
Yeah, so
That's really good.
yeah, I bought this because of the Sam Kerr minifigure. As I said, I want to try and use these soccer jersey torsos to my actual playable soccer field set I bought on eBay from the 2000s. I wanted to see if I can find some other plain red torsos to make a proper field of 11. And all these fans I can use as generic minifigures in my sitting.
Yeah. Yeah, but Johnny, if I were to invite Mayo over for like a Christmas dinner, it'd probably be after Christmas. By the time you get here, time zones and all that. But yeah, it'd be.
So people have seen the field on my streams for a while.
Mhm.
But this is one of the bleachers with the light tower. This is a presentation stand with the cup trophy.
Yeah.
This is like the dugout for the interchange bench.
Yeah.
And this little thing here is some water and training cones.
Nice.
It's very much structured like a friend set where there's all these different modules that you can connect, that you can put next to each other.
Yeah. So I know you said you were building on Christmas. Are you streaming any of those builds on Christmas, or are you just like, I'm having a chill day just to build Lego myself?
Well, I'll be streaming for 2 hours on Christmas Day because I'll be taking over for Click and Cliff to host the Jungle live stream on Christmas Eve.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so I'll be doing that for 2 hours, and then I'll go back to building on my own, probably listening to sport or some podcasts while I do that. Because I always wake up early in the morning so that I can spend the whole day building a big set I buy for myself. Normally I build the modulars, but I don't think I'm going to build a modular this year. I've got so many other big sets in my backlog. I'm thinking about building the medieval town square.
That's cool. No, yeah, I remember that last year. Those were some good streams. Well, a good stream. It was 24 hours, but it was fun.
Yeah, I would have done that. I would have done that back in January for my 12th year anniversary.
Yeah, so that was because it was the museum and that was fun.
Yeah, because I was building the museum over Christmas, and it bled into the new year. Yeah, because some of the bigger sets, it takes me much longer than Christmas Day itself to get it built.
Yeah, but I mean I know that we're doing like holiday, like of course we're doing like Christmas. We're doing like our food stuff and presents and things. I don't know if I'm going to build any Lego on Christmas or not, but we'll see. But I know.
Yeah,
I know in the next few days after that we'll be doing some stuff.
Yeah, because when we host Christmas, I always build a set in my room for the whole day. If I go to someone else's house for Christmas, then I find a quiet place away from everyone else where I can build a not as big set as I would build if we're hosting. But since we're hosting, I'm probably gonna build the medieval town square because of all the big sets in my backlog. That's the one I want to build most. So to make Christmas Day more special for me, because I remember I travelled to one of my aunties and uncles' houses for Christmas Day 2014, and that was where I built my first modular. It was the Parisian restaurant, and for almost every single year since, I built a modular for Christmas.
Yeah. Now. All right. So I just wanted to. I just saw I had this on my shelf. I just wanted to.
Is that the Black Pearl?
Yeah. This is the. This now because we're in the Christmas spirit, everybody. This I got the year it came out for Christmas because my grandmother and my aunt and my mom, they saw it. And they got my cousin one too, my cousin Jack. And yeah, it's one of the best like playset scale things I've ever gotten. I did get the Queen Anne's Revenge too, but it's in a box somewhere. I don't know where, but it's somewhere. But yeah, it's a very nice ship. But that was a Christmas gift for Christmas. Blue, you need a space machine game. And then Johnny G says, Bounty, fantastic. Yeah. So I do really like the new one, but Rivendell and some other things got my eye first. But once I can get some more Lego points, I'm just saving up and getting a lot of bigger sets for points. Or getting it on a discount. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw the final score, and the Pittsburgh Penguins lost. I'm getting so frustrated with them.
Yeah. But I mean,
my God. But hey, at least the Eagles won their division in the NFL. Sports are up and down for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Blue just won even more jars because he's playing with house money.
Yeah, thanks everybody. But yeah, I've got to get. I mean, in terms of Christmas and other things, yeah, I got to give a lot of credit to my family. They've helped a lot with with this and helping, especially gifts or whatever. So it's very appreciated from everyone that's helped me. But it's you need help when you want things, right? So, but it's like I had help. I had a little help with the sail barge and stuff and things, but but it's made for we did a lot of this stuff we did on stream and had a lot of fun with. So I'm glad everyone's enjoyed it.
Yeah, we always try to have fun on our streams.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Johnny, Australia needs three more wickets, and England need 100 plus runs. So we should be able to clean up the tail and win the Test match.
Mm.
Yeah, and so I was going through the rest of my sets, and I think I said on some previous streams, now that we've finished building this set today, on Monday night and Tuesday night, I'm gonna build the last of my Mario Kart sets. We may have time to build another small set in there as well, but I'm not gonna promise anything about that. And then that should take me into Christmas Eve, where it'll be Christmas Day for me, and we'll start building the medieval town square. Hopefully, I can get all of that built on Christmas Day itself, and then I'll pick out something else from my backlog. I'm thinking about building the Gabby's dollhouse until New Year's. I'm thinking about doing that, Johnny. I know that you've been wanting me to build that for a while now.
Yeah, but here you go, Johnny. I know you said something about.
Yeah.
I know Johnny said that Jabba looked nice to him or something. So there you go. I brought him out for you.
Yeah.
There's his arm tattoo too.
So Johnny's going to be getting a ship for Christmas. Yes, it is Jabba, Scott Davis, and it's the good olive green one.
Yeah, but Jabba can also do this. Oh no.
He looks decapitated without his head.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the Rancor looks like without his head. Does the Rancor is the only thing that can come apart from the Rancor his arms?
Is it? Wait, give me a second. Is it?
Oh, do you own the Rancor? Because the Rancor is an expensive character now. The Wampas and the Tauntauns are much cheaper than the Rancors.
Yeah. I couldn't find my Rancor, but I believe it's on the arms that pop off of it.
Okay, because
the body is like a. I guess the best thing I could say is it's like it's like a molded creature, but then you just like pop the arms in. Or did the Rancor even have moving arms? I can't remember.
I wanna say there was Technic beams at the back where you could move his arms up and down.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's only the arms because the legs are part of the mold, so you couldn't move the legs. Yeah. The Rancor was stuck in like that, like kind of walking position. And that's all you could get with it.
Yeah, because I think the original sand green Jabba was all one piece. And Britain, I think there's a 5 minute cooldown with some of the with some of the Streamlabs commands. I can't make a cursed jobber, but I'm sure if Bounty owns other big fig pieces, they might work. And also, Johnny, I was going through a box the other day and I found the crocodile cannon. It was put away. What else are people saying? Yeah, we're going. Well, there's a good chance that Australia will whitewash England this Ashes series. Yeah. Some of the Streamlabs commands are case sensitive. No, I just go into a quiet room and build my sets on Christmas Day. I'm thinking about assembling one of my tables that's behind me, installing that in my room temporarily to build that set upon. Yes, my mind is very, very deep because I can remember a whole bunch of stupid shit.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm happy that this set is finally done. Not sure what I'm gonna do with the set. I'm probably gonna cannibalize most of the pieces. Although I want to keep the golems and some of the accessories built. Like this, I don't need to mess around with. The golems are a nice build. This computer type thing I can reuse elsewhere. This camera, if I take it off the base, it's on a turntable. So let me see if I can remove it off of the. No, that's just gonna collapse. Let me see if I can reattach this and bring it up close on the camera. This build for a camera, I know I can reuse elsewhere. Probably won't be able to do anything with the interchange bench. Probably won't be able to do anything with the podium. And most of this I'll probably recycle for parts, but I want to keep this light tower the same. I can use that in a lot of different places in my setting if I find the right place for it. Anyway, there's 2 minutes. There's 2 minutes to go. So, do you have any final thoughts, Bounty? Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on YouTube at Bounty Hunter Live, or at the Building and Chatting podcast, which Mayo hops on with us over there now. So you can also see more of Mayo over there if you want to go and subscribe to both Bounty Hunter Live and Building and Chatting podcast, and also on Instagram. I'm Bounty Hunter Network on there, and that's all I really have for social media. But yeah, if you're like another Lego YouTuber, want to collab, do anything, just reach out and we can talk and set something up. But yeah, thank you everybody, and I was glad to be on tonight. Thank you, man.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, Skywin and Bounty Hunter will always be invited to my Saturday streams after, or kind of like the Building and Chatting podcast after party, if you will. And I'll look forward to going back onto the Building and Chatting podcast in, I think it's the first Saturday night of January. So thank you for watching this stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. On my next live stream, I'll probably be building the last Mario Kart set I have in my backlog, and then I'll have a complete Mario Kart collection that I'm interested in. So I'll see you on that next live stream, which will be on Monday night, because you know that I take breaks on Sundays. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.